Poverty incidence among Filipinos in 2015 was estimated at 21.6%. More than 26 million Filipinos remain poor, with almost half, or a little more than 12 million, living in extreme poverty and lacking the means to feed themselves. According to Asian Development Bank's Poverty in the Philippines Causes, Constraints, and Opportunities, among the many main causes of poverty in the country are: number 1, weakness in employment generation and the quality of jobs generated, and number 2, high levels of population growth. However, it is also possible that poverty itself is constraining economic expansion. The channels through which poverty may impact on economic growth include: A, investment capacity constraints or the lack of access to credit aggravated by the underdevelopment of the financial markets; B, human capital constraints, which includes lack of education, healthcare, and nutrition; and letter C, conflicts and disorder resulting from inequality which hamper investments and destroy social capital. Economic growth did not translate into poverty reduction in recent years. While the country has experienced moderate economic growth in recent years, poverty reduction has been slow. Inequality has remained high, which mitigates the positive impact of growth on poverty reduction. Chronic poverty has become a major constraint in attaining high levels of sustained growth and the country's overall development. Finding a solution to poverty is thus of public interest. Benefits will accrue not only to the poor, but also to society as a whole. Now let's talk about and focus on number 1, which is weakness in employment generation and the quality of jobs generated. Why is this? Filipinos have created a notion that finishing school and getting a job is the main goal of life. A one-dimensional ladder is created with steps that define each stage of a normal Filipino's life. Step 1, get into preschool. Step 2, get into elementary school. Step 3, finish high school. Step 4, get a degree. And Step 5, get a job. And from this point on, the elevation of life suddenly halts. You remain on that part of the ladder for years and wait for a promotion. Still a job. Filipino kids are made to think that employment is the ultimate goal, that being employed is the only option to earn a living. They are not given better options, not given the understanding that what makes a person financially stable and successful is getting into business, being an entrepreneur, creating jobs, not just getting one. This is where finance comes in and says, earn money, invest, earn more. And this is what needs to be taught to kids as early as 7 to 11 years old. The DepEd curriculum for math states that at the end of grade 6, the learner demonstrates understanding and appreciation of key concepts and skills involving numbers and number sense, measurement, geometry, patterns and algebra, statistics and probability, and using appropriate technology in critical thinking, problem solving, reasoning, communicating, making decisions, representations, and decisions in real life. At the end of grade 10, the learner demonstrates understanding and appreciation of key concepts and skills involving numbers and number sense, geometry, statistics and probability, central tendency, using appropriate technology and critical thinking, problem solving, communicating, reasoning, and basically the same things that were previously mentioned except a notch higher. Every year in the DepEd curriculum for elementary school children, money is taught as a measurement tool for numbers, not as a substance that is capable to change a way of life and in turn the solution out of poverty. When DepEd implemented K-12, however, basic education curriculum now includes EPP or Edukasyong Pantahanan at Pangkabuhayan, which is taught in grade 4 or to children aged around 10 years old. At grade 6, they expect the students to know the ideal entrepreneur, demonstrating knowledge and skills that will lead to one becoming an ideal entrepreneur, selling products based on needs and demands. Also, they should be able to identify the sellers and the buyers, produce simple products, buy and sell products based on needs, and sell products based on needs and demands in school and community. All these theories are important, yes, but as undergrad students learning business, we all know too well that learning business in the four walls of the classroom is never enough. Since we are targeting public school students, we cannot ignore the possibility that even if some of these students have the passion to buy and sell these products, they might not have the capital and the budget to do so. And how about the kids who never get to reach grade 4 due to financial reasons? They will never get to see the opportunity that might change their lives. This is where our main idea comes in. We introduce to you Glimpse, My First Bazaar, where we partner with SMEs to set up an entrep fair every year, partnering with public schools in the chosen area for the year and performing usual business selling and transactions with the aid of chosen public school students aged 7 to 11 years old. Do you see where we're going now? Instead of leaving students to think of business as a school project and a mere passing thought that they might forget as they grow into adults, Glimpse will be giving these students first-hand experience in how a real business works and looks like. They get to work and interact with real customers, real money, compute real profit, and get the real experience of being a businessman. They get face-to-face with finance and see how important it is to earn money and know how and where to spend it. Glimpse will also be a competition among the SMEs and their corresponding partner public schools where the beneficiary student can win prizes such as educational sponsorships, gift bags. They get to earn a percentage of their SME's profits during the fair and even get college or university scholarships. We want Filipinos to start young. We want Filipinos to stop being contented on being on the same step of the ladder for years or all throughout their lives. We want them to build their own steps to take their ladders even higher, and we want to produce more John Gokongways who started selling needles at a young age and now owns JG Summit Holdings. We want more Henry C's, who was born to a poor family but is now the richest man in the Philippines. And we want more Manny Pangilinans, who was a scholar throughout his whole student life and is now the highest paid CEO in the country. We want Glimpse, My First Bazaar, to aid in the fight against poverty by educating the young on finance and business. Ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. It is a slow-paced battle against poverty, but it's still a battle aiming for victory over poverty.